Deferrals. Deferrals is the postponement of the recognition of an expense already paid but not yet incurred and a revenue already collected but not yet earned. Okay, last time na-discuss natin na ang expense ay dapat siyang i-recognize once incurred and ang revenue dapat siyang i-recognize when earned. Adjustments for deferrals. Prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses are expenses paid in advance such as supplies, rent, and insurance. Prepaid expenses are assets, not expense. So, ang prepaid expense is ito yung mga expenses na binabayaran in advance. Kumbaga, hindi pa nakoconsume or nagagamit pero binabayaran na agad ni entity. And normally, ang prepaid expense is nagbe-benefit ang prepaid expense for more than one accounting period. Kumbaga, may mga expenses for future accounting periods na binabayaran in advance. And prepaid expenses are assets, not expense. At the end of accounting period, a portion or all of these prepayments may have expired. The portion of an asset that has expired become an expense. So, ang prepaid expense is nag-e-expired siya from time to time and yung expired portion or yung consumed portion ng prepaid expense is recognized siya as expense. For example, ito, paid rent expense in advance, 24,000 pesos. And yung period ng payment ng rent expense na bayaran in advance is 2 years. So, ibig sabihin, kung 2 years ang period nito, we can say na dalawang accounting period ang magbe-benefit doon sa prepaid expense or yung rent expense na binayaran in advance. So, itong 24,000 na to is example ng prepaid expense and magfo-fall siya sa dalawang accounting period which is 2 years. Therefore, hindi mo pwedeng i-expense for the current year ang isang expense na magfo-fall sa dalawang accounting period. So, kaya i-allocate natin yung 24,000 na yon doon sa dalawang taon or yung sa dalawang accounting period. Pag kinompute natin ang rent expense na, therefore, since na 24,000 is binayaran in advance and the 24,000 is good for 2 years, so 24,000 divided by 2 years, ibig sabihin 12,000 per year yung rent na nai-incur ni entity. And yung expired portion is i-recognize siya expense. So, kung 12,000 per year yan, ibig sabihin, 12,000 per year divided by 12 months, meaning 1,000 per month yung naglalaps doon sa rent expense paid in advance na 24,000 pesos. Adjustments for deferrals ulit, depreciation expense. So, ano naman tong depreciation expense na to? When an entity acquires long-lived assets such as buildings, service vehicles, and computers or office furnitures, it is basically prepaying for the usefulness of that asset. Okay, yung mga long-lived assets or yung mga long-term assets such as buildings, service vehicles, computers, office furnitures, and machineries, usually, ang life nan or ang estimated useful life nan is hindi lang 1 year. Kumbaga, ang building, normally umaabot ng 30 years. Ang service vehicle, 10 years. So, hindi lang isang accounting period hindi lang isang accounting period mapapakinabangan itong mga assets na ito. So, it is basically, the entity is prepaying for the usefulness of that asset. Ibig sabihin, i-allocate natin yung cost ng asset na yon for its according to its useful life. So, i-spread natin ang cost ng asset on different accounting periods. These assets help generate income for the entity. Therefore, a portion of the cost of the asset should be reported as expense. So, kagaya nga ng nasabi kanina, i-spread natin ang cost ng long-lived assets na yon into different accounting periods. And the estimated amount allocated to any one accounting period is called the depreciation expense. For example, the entity purchased computer equipment worth 12,000 pesos, and ang computer equipment is normally tumatagal siya ng lagpas 1 year. So, ibig sabihin, ang computer equipment na to is magbe-benefit pa siya or magagamit pa siya sa mga susunod na accounting periods. Assuming that the computer equipment useful life is 5 years, meaning for 5 years natin magagamit itong computer equipment worth 12,000 pesos. And since na 5 years ang estimated useful life niya, it involves 5 accounting periods. Hindi natin pwedeng i-record ito as expense na 12,000 dahil magagamit siya for 5 years. So, i-spread natin ang cost ng computer equipment for 5 years. Meaning, yung cost allocated each year, yun yung tinatawag na depreciation expense. And depreciation expense is equal to 12,000 pesos, which is yung cost ng equipment divided by 5 years. Yung kanyang useful life. Meaning, magre-recognize tayo ng depreciation expense na 2,400 per year. From year 1 hanggang year 5. Magre-record tayo ng expense na 2,400 depreciation expense, which is ito yung allocated amount ng expense for 5 years. Inispread natin yung cost ng 12,000 pesos sa 5 accounting periods dahil ang 12,000 is magagamit siya for different accounting periods. Yun yung tinatawag na depreciation expense. Preparing adjusting entries at year-end. On October 1, 2019, Calamba Company acquired a 3-year insurance policy for 36,000 pesos paid in advance. So, example ito ng prepaid expense. Expenses paid in advance. The company year-end is December 31, 2019. Prepare the adjusting entry for December 31, 2019, assuming the entity is using asset method in recording its prepayments. Prepare the adjusting entry for December 31, assuming the entity is using the expense method in recording its prepayments. So, meron dalawang approach na nabanggit sa recording ng prepaid expense. Asset method and expense method. And before tayo mag-proceed dito sa letter A and B, kunin muna natin yung mga available na given doon sa problem solving. Okay, sa pag-prepare ng adjusting entry, dapat makonsider natin unang-una yung year-end ng entity. So, kukunin muna natin yung year-end ng Calamba Company. So, ang year-end ng Calamba Company is December 31, 2019. Ang year-end niya ay every December 31. Once na makuha na natin yung year-end ng company, ang susunod natin kukunin is yung period ng prepaid expense. So, dito, ang period ng prepaid insurance ay 3 years. Okay, 3 years ang kanyang period starting October 1, 2019. Kung 3 years ang period nito, starting October 1, 2019, ang kanyang expired period would be on 2020, 2021, 2022. 3 years from 2019. Therefore, mag-e-expire siya ng September 30, 2022. Ayan yung period ng prepaid insurance na 3 years. So, i-spread natin siya from October 1, 2019, which is Yun yung start ng period hanggang September 30, 2022. Ngayon, ang susunod natin gagawin is kukunin naman natin yung amount ng prepaid insurance. Amount, 36,000 pesos. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin is adjusting entry under asset method and adjusting entry under expense method. So, ang gagawin natin is ilalagay natin dito yung adjusting entry ng December 31, 2019 using asset method and adjusting entry ng 2019 assuming na ang entity ay gumagamit naman ng expense method in accounting for its prepayments. Okay, ang amount ng prepaid insurance ay 36,000 pesos and ang period niya is 3 years from October 1, 2019 hanggang September 30, 2022. Ibig sabihin, ang insurance expense per year, mako-compute na natin siya, would be 36,000 divided by 3 years. Meaning, ang insurance expense per year is 36,000 divided by 3, 12,000 pesos. And ang insurance expense per month would be 12,000, which is ito yung insurance per year divided by 12 months. 12,000 divided by 12 months equals 1,000 pesos per month yung insurance expense nung transaction. So, nakuha na natin yung mga facts na given. So, lagyan na lang natin ng boundary dito. Ayan. So, ito yung mga available na given and ang gagawin natin is adjusting entry assuming the entity is using the asset method and assuming the entity is using the expense method in accounting for its prepayments. Okay, so continuation tayo ng problem solving, adjusting entry using asset method and expense method. So, ito yung mga available na given and for discussion ng adjusting entries, gagamit muna tayo ng ganitong schedule. Nakalagay dito yung January hanggang December in yung total. Okay, bakit merong gantong index card? Makikita natin dito kung paano maa-allocate yung expense for 3 years amounting 36,000 pesos. So, ang una natin gagawin is i-consider muna natin yung mga period na affected. So, ito yung period ng prepaid expense. So, ang affected accounting periods niya would be 2019 hanggang 2022. So, 2019 dito, 2020, 2021, 2022. Makikita natin dito kung paano mag-i-spread yung 36,000 pesos into different accounting periods. So, October 1, 2019, so sa 2019 would be the period of October 1 to December 31. Sa 2020, buong year, January to December 31. Sa 2021, ganun din, January to December 31. And sa 2022, dito mag-e-end yung life ng prepaid insurance, which is September 30, 2022. Therefore, sa 2022, ang accounting period na affected would be January hanggang September 30, 2022. Na-compute na rin natin kanina kung magkano ang insurance expense per year na 12,000 and yung insurance expense per month which is 1,000 pesos. Ngayon, ito ay naka-allocate into different months, January to December. So, ang insurance expense per month is 1,000 pesos. For the year 2019, kung ang period ay October 1, which is yung date of acquisition, and December 31, which is the year-end date of entity, and 1,000 per month ang insurance expense. So, ibig sabihin, October 2019, meron na ditong 1,000 expense na involved for the month of October. Ganun din sa November and yung year-end, December 31, 2019, 1,000 pesos. So, total for the year 2019 is 3,000 pesos. So, for 2020, we have 1,000 per month, 1,000 sa January, sa February, okay, so for the period ng January 2020 or for the period ng January to December 31, 2020, may tigwa 1K na insurance expense. So total for the year 2020 is 12,000 pesos. Ganon din sa 2021. So sa year 2021, merong tigwa 1,000 pesos na insurance expense na dapat i-record per month. So sa 2021 January hanggang December may tig-iisang 1,000 pesos, and 1,000 times 12 is 12,000 pesos. For the year 2022, which is ito yung year kung kailan mag-e-expired ang prepaid insurance, ibig sabihin, from January to September, merong tigwa 1,000 na na insurance expense na i-record si entity. 1,000 hanggang September 2020. 1,000 from January to September, 9 months. Therefore, total insurance expense na i-record sa 2020 relating sa prepaid insurance na 36,000 ay 9,000 pesos. 3,000 plus 12,000, 15,000 plus 12,000, 27,000 plus 9,000. Total expense from 2019 hanggang 2022 is 36,000 pesos, which is equal doon sa amount ng prepaid insurance na binayaran in advance. So, itong computation na to, ito yung schedule o kung paano i-allocate yung insurance expense or yung prepaid insurance na in-acquire ni entity nung October 1 with a period of 3 years. Ganito yung magiging allocation schedule niya from year 2019 hanggang year 2022.